Hello, and welcome to my channel English Stories. New York never sleeps. The city lights shimmered like diamonds across the Hudson River as Ethan Cole stood outside the luxury apartment building in Manhattan. He wasn't rich. He wasn't powerful. He wasn't important. But he was in love. Ethan worked 2 jobs, morning at a coffee shop in Brooklyn, night shifts at a small delivery company. His hands were rough. His shoes were worn out. His bank account rarely crossed 3 digits. But for Lily Morgan, he would have given the world. Lily was different. She came from money. Upper East Side. Designer coats. Weekend Hamptons trips. Her father owned a real estate empire. Her mother chaired charity galas. And yet, somehow, she chose Ethan. Or, at least, he believed she did. That night, snow fell gently as Ethan held a small velvet box in his pocket. Inside was a simple ring, not expensive, but bought with months of overtime. He planned to propose. He walked toward the glass entrance and froze. Through the lobby's bright lights, he saw Lily, laughing, standing very close to a man in a tailored navy suit. A man Ethan recognized instantly. Daniel Harrington, son of a billionaire investor. Harvard graduate. Perfect smile. Perfect life. Ethan watched as Daniel gently brushed Lily's hair behind her ear. Then she kissed him. Not confused. Not forced. Willing. Ethan felt something inside him collapse. The ring slipped from his trembling fingers and disappeared into the snow. That was the moment everything changed. Ethan didn't storm inside. He didn't yell. He waited. When Lily stepped outside 20 minutes later, she stopped dead when she saw him. Ethan? He looked at her calmly. How long? He asked. Silence. It's not what you think, she whispered. He smiled bitterly. Then tell me what I'm thinking. Tears formed in her eyes, but they weren't the kind caused by regret. They're offering me a life you can't give me, she said softly. There it was. Not I love him. Not I'm confused. A life you can't give me. Ethan nodded slowly. So, I was temporary. She didn't answer, because silence was the answer. You said love was enough, he said quietly. Lily swallowed. Love doesn't pay bills, Ethan. The words sliced through him like glass. For the first time in his life, he understood something cruel about the world. Love without money is fragile. He walked away without another word. And Lily didn't chase him. 3 months later, Ethan was gone from New York. No goodbye posts. No dramatic scenes. He moved to Chicago with nothing but a backpack and a broken heart. He slept in his car the first 2 weeks. He took any job available, construction, warehouse, night cleaning shifts. But pain is powerful fuel. Instead of drowning in self-pity, Ethan did something unexpected. He started studying. Business podcasts during work. Online finance courses at night. Books from the public library. He realized something important. Money wasn't evil. Power wasn't dirty. But weakness was expensive. Ethan didn't want revenge. He wanted freedom. And freedom required strength. 5 years later. Chicago skyline. Glass office building with the name. Cole Capital Investments. Ethan stood at the window in a charcoal suit. Tailored. Confident. Unrecognizable from the boy in the snow. He had started small, real estate flips in low-income neighborhoods. Then short-term rentals. Then commercial property acquisitions. He took risks others were too afraid to take. He failed twice. Almost went bankrupt once. But he learned. And he didn't quit. Investors began noticing him. Articles called him the self-made strategist. By age 32, Ethan Cole was worth over $120 million. But money hadn't hardened him. It had clarified him. He no longer chased people who didn't choose him. New York. Business convention at the Hilton Midtown. Ethan was invited as keynote speaker, building wealth from nothing. As he stepped onto the stage, applause filled the room. And in the 3rd row, Lily Morgan. Older. Still beautiful. But different. No diamond ring. No Daniel Harrington. When their eyes met, she froze. Ethan didn't. He delivered his speech calmly. Sometimes the greatest gift life gives you is betrayal. Because betrayal forces you to see the truth. The room went silent. Pain is not your enemy. Comfort is. Lily's eyes filled with tears. After the event, she waited near the exit. Ethan?
He turned
And smiled politely.
Hi, Lily.
No anger. No shaking voice. No longing. Just peace. I made a mistake, she whispered. He nodded gently.
Yes.
You did. Her voice trembled. Daniel lost everything in a bad investment. My father cut ties. I thought security meant love. And now, he asked. She looked at him the way she once did. I realize I lost the only man who ever truly loved me. Ethan studied her face. Once, those words would have healed him. Now, they didn't move him. Lily, he said softly, it didn't lose me when you chose him. You lost me when you decided I wasn't enough. Tears streamed down her face. Can we start over? He paused, then shook his head gently. I forgave you a long time ago, but I also outgrew you. And with that, he walked toward the waiting black car outside. This time, he didn't look back. 6 months later, Ethan funded a scholarship program for underprivileged students in New York. One evening at a charity event, he met someone new. Emma Reyes, public school teacher. Warm smile. No designer labels. They talked for hours. She didn't ask about his net worth. She asked about his childhood. She didn't care about his watch. She cared about his dreams. For the first time since Lily, Ethan felt something genuine. Not intense. Not desperate. Healthy. And that was new. Years later, Ethan stood on a balcony overlooking Central Park. Emma stood beside him, their daughter asleep inside. The city lights looked the same as the night he lost everything. But he was different. He understood now. Betrayal didn't destroy him. It revealed him. Lily had chosen wealth over love. Ethan chose growth over bitterness. And that made all the difference. Because sometimes, the person who breaks your heart is the person who builds your future.